Howdy folks, thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all are doing alright today. So, I was watching an interview done by somebody who you would know, talking about the difference between college and trades. And my wife went into the trades almost a year ago at this point, and she's been absolutely tickled with the line of work she's in. She's a welder. She enjoys the work. There's sometimes she doesn't necessarily enjoy the environment, such as the co-workers, but that's not necessarily something to do with trades. That's just, hey, there are some co-workers that just don't get along with. Not saying anything bad about people, but there are some people that are easier to get along with than others, and that's personality conflicts. They might not like you, and that's okay too. But that's been her serious complaint about any job, is just the people that she's had to put up with. But my question is this: if you could rewind to the point in your life where you're 18, just walked across the stage, got your high school diploma, and you have a binary choice, you can either choose to go get a 4-year degree. National average for that is right at $100,000. And your average first year income coming out of college is $55,000 for a 4-year degree with that $100,000 in debt. Would you rather do that? Or would you rather go to a trade school, and suppose you could just take out the same $100,000 in student debt as a trade student, but trade schools cost like at max $15,000, and that gets you certified in multiple trades. My wife went for MIG welding. I think it cost $4,000 for hers, so not a huge cost to get in. But with the remainder of that money, while you're getting certified, you could put together all the equipment and tools you need, whether it's work truck, work van, welders, grinders, just tools of the trade, so to speak, to be set up to be self-employed when you get out. Now, according to Google, the top linked article said that trades workers, the 25th percentile year one is right around $35,000, and the 75th percentile year one comes up to somewhere around $53,000, so not that far off of a 4-year college degree in income. But here's the rub against colleges. You can go and get certified in welding in about 4 to 8 weeks, and then you can jump right into the workforce and start welding. So, that's a huge win for skilled trades in that one area. So, you're the college student, they've still got, 3 years and change left to start making money, and you've gone to a trade school for 2 months and you're out making money. So even if first year, you're only making $35,000, $40,000 a year, well, guess what? That's going to go up precipitously each year that you prove that you're a competent worker with a decent amount of ethic, where you'll show up and do what's requested of you. Something to think about. I know a lot of people that have gone to college, and I think that there's a lot of jobs that do require some further education outside of high school in order to be proficient at them. Whether it's I think the jobs that you should kind of go to college for, if you're wanting to pursue these, would be doctor, lawyer, anything in computer, or anything in hard sciences. I think that's kind of where your college degrees should be. Anything outside of that, I don't think you should. If your career path forward is anything outside those kind of domains, the STEM fields, I don't think you should seriously consider going to college. I think you should get into the workforce first and amass a little bit of money and get where you're sitting comfortable. And then if there's something you want to go back to college for, yeah, go. You've got track record as a good employee. You're an adult student. You're taking care of yourself. And then when you come out with that degree for whatever that you want to get into specifically, well, guess what? You don't have debt or have as much debt as you would have at going into school at 18. And you've got employment history. So, yeah, well, Mr. Employer, I wanted to be a museum curator or whatnot. And so I went back to college after 10 years in the workforce and got my master's in history and arts. So here's all my previous employers. You can call them. They prove that I, didn't have attendance problems, that I showed up. I got there on time. I stayed late. I was ready to go whenever they called. Whatever your employment history looks like with these people. And you're more likely to get the job than you would a college kid straight out of college with a history degree. Yeah, you might know stuff, but you don't know how to show up to work, or you haven't proven that you know how to. So that's a thing. Just something I was thinking about today, as a parent with children that are getting ready to be in high school very soon. That's something that I've been thinking about. What are they going to pursue when they get older? What are they going to recommend in high school? What are they going to get into? That's something I've been thinking about. My son, he wants to be a welder big time. He thinks it's just the coolest thing ever. So I think that, skilled trades make the world go round. One of the quotes from this is, if everybody went to college and everybody has the ability to obtain the corner office, well, that's great. Who's going to build it? Kind of an interesting quote, in my opinion. So, something to think about. Something to talk with your kids about if you're a parent and your kids are of that age where they are considering college or what their next steps are as a young adult. If you're a young adult or, someone who hasn't enrolled in college yet, something to think about. I tell you this much, if I could go back and redo my career choices all over again and not screw up me meeting my wife and us having kids and all that, I would have gone into trades right out of high school. I would have paid my time and done all the lousy jobs where you're cutting your teeth when I was 18 to 20 years old, and paid my dues, so to speak. And then I would have rose up through the ranks and maybe been a foreman or gone out on my own and bought all the equipment to do whatever skilled trade I was in on my own, or I would have gone to college and became an engineer. Those are kind of the things that would have interested me. Unfortunately, I was not near as aware of trades coming out of high school as I should have been. That was one of the few failings of homeschooling, and I just didn't know about how low cost and high yield skilled trades can typically be. And I didn't want to go into the debt necessary to get a college degree, and I didn't qualify for any financial aid because mom and dad made too much money, but they weren't going to pay for it. So just something to think about if you got people that are getting ready to go into college, or if you're thinking about it yourself, something to think about. I work a blue collar job. I work at a vehicle assembly factory, and that's been very good to me. It's not skilled trades. It's just one of the supervisors calls us industrial athletes. We are moving all day for up to 12 hours, and we're putting vehicles together. So it's interesting. It's fast paced. It can wear on your body quite a bit, but the benefits are all there. And there are guys there that work in skilled trades because, you know, they've got to have the ability to weld new tools together, to put parts together for the assembly line, to repair things and to make things better and to do improvements and all that. And those guys, they've got it made. Guy that I used to work with, he's in trade. Two guys I used to work with are both in skilled trades, and the schedules they've got are better than what I've got. The pay is very good. They can kind of come in at minimum hours, or if they want to, you know, come in there and work 5 days, 12 hours a day, the company will let them, and overtime's theirs for the picking. So, and it's different. Since it's different paced, it's not as draining as what I do. So they make real good money doing it, and they're not in as constant a state of physical demand as what I am. So yeah, something to consider. Hindsight being 2020, that's what I would have done. So something to think about, folks. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch y'all next time.